What's going on, guys? Liam here and welcome back to the Saints View as we have our match preview for Southampton's home game against Everton, which is our most arguably winnable home game of the season so far. Obviously only 1 point from home this season, which isn't great, but we need to really put the Leicester game behind us and really push on for our Man City performances. And please do remember, guys, we are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Please do remember to subscribe, follow our socials on Twitter and Instagram, and in this video we will have an insight of Everton from the Mighty Blues. Everything Everton really at the moment. So let's move on. It was a much better performance. We really need to push on them, for Everton really. Obviously a 3-1 loss in the Cup and a narrow 2-1 loss to the champions in the league. Wow, I'm so proud of the boys after what happened against Leicester. We really need to put that game behind us, but look, impact of the positiveness was brilliant. Obviously, Arsenal really gave him a kick up the arse, to be honest, obviously after that defeat, which was honestly disgraceful. Saturday's game against Man City 2-1, we were so close. I've got to really put out that Jack Stevens, you were incredible. Wow, that's probably the best performance I've ever seen you in a Saints shirt. You really gave your all, everyone did, and just losing 2-1 is incredible. Obviously, you really felt we could get a result. No, like Man City are one of the best teams in the world. They get through defences easily, and if you thought we lost 9-0 to Leicester, what was going to be the result for the Man City game? But as well as that, Gineppo and Cedric are back. Hopefully Cedric can be fit for Saturdays, just coming back into full training with the boys. Really positive there. As obviously Gineppo got a bit of a game time against Man City on Sunday, coming on for the last 15 minutes of the game. He just gives us that flair. And it'll really be good to see him back in the starting next on Saturday. Just with him, Redmond and Ings is something that we can really look at Everton's defence and think we can really get some goals here. Obviously, Everton have got brilliant players such as Pickford, Debe, Mina, Holgate and Digne, which will probably be most likely their back four. Unfortunately, Andre Gomez is injured, which hopefully he gets a speedy recovery after that awful injury on Sunday's game against Tottenham. I just really think this is a game that's a must win, considering we've got Arsenal after international break, but in that period where we've got Watford, Norwich and Newcastle in the space of a week, which really we could get up to 9 points in. So it's really vital that we do turn up against Everton on Saturday, which we've had a really good home record against Everton since we've come out. We beat them last year 2-1. Year before 4-1. Our Everton home performances have been brilliant. We need to get those performances up again against Everton on Saturday. We've really got to look at Mr. Gineppo, and has he been our missing link for this season? Personally, I think he has. Come on against Brighton, wins 2-0. Scores the goal in the month of September. Against Sheffield United, we win 1-0. He is so key to this team, and unfortunately he's been out for the last 2 months. And I'm really excited for him to be back. He gives us that attacking flow, hard work for the team, absolute passion, and he's been probably our sign of the summer. The fans are so excited about him. Every time we hear his voice, we're like, yes, he's going to win that game for us. That missing link, he's got that flair. You can take on defenders, you can finish. And we're all worrying when we brought him at the start of the season, thinking, is he going to be another one of those flops that we've had for the last couple of seasons with poor signings? But he's so talented, he looks so excited. Honestly, I really think he can make the difference against Everton. Makes other players on the team confident. And that's what really happened with Jack Stevens as well on Saturday. Jack Stevens has been missing for a long while. At points we haven't wanted him anywhere near the team. Let alone he was our best defender for the last 2 games against Man City. Obviously scoring in the League Cup and putting in probably the man of the match performance in my eyes against Man City. Winning everything. I think he had 100% clearances, 100% tackle made. He was insane. We've got to build on that to Everton. Everton away form has been poor. We've only picked up 1 point away from home all season. And obviously we saw in the last away game against Brighton 2-1 up and lost 3-2. And then their last result 1-1 against Tottenham, which they deservedly had. We've got to really see what formation is best for us. As in the last couple of games we've seen Everton start with 4-3-3. They've got players like Gylfi Sigurdsson, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, Iwobi. When they're not actually on form, they're dreadful. That's where we've got to look at it. The Everton team is not on form, but either are we. So this is a game where we're going into. We've got to try and be confident, even though our home form isn't great. But it's a game where the fans need to get behind the players like we did against Leicester. Even though we lost 9-0, the fans were absolutely brilliant. But we need to do that for games where it's a must-win against Everton. Really get that atmosphere flowing and really get those players to go that extra yard for us. And I already think when we start getting atmosphere going at St. Mary's, teams are afraid to come here. But at the moment, teams are coming here thinking it's an easy 3 points. And that's not what your home form should be. St. Mary's needs to be a fortress. But ever since Koeman left, we've only had 15 wins in 62 home games, which is not good enough. We just need to start getting a couple home wins. These couple next home games: Everton at home, winnable. Watford at home, win. Norwich at home, win. You think we've got a really good period coming up where we can actually start building on some momentum at home. Possibly have 3 wins at home. West Ham after that as well. To be fair to us, the home games that we've had this season, such as Liverpool at home, not expect to win. Man United at home, getting a point, very good. Bournemouth at home, which really should have done better. Chelsea at home and Leicester at home, probably 4 of the top 6 teams in the league at the moment, and we've really got to start building some home form. The big question is, do we start with a 5 at the back like we have previously? Do we go 4 at the back and go more positive, or do we start with 5 at the back? It's a big area where what's going to happen at left back or left wing back. Højbjerg's been starting there for the last 2 games against Man City. From what I heard of, he did really well against Man City, but against teams like Everton, do we want Højbjerg at left wing back? Do we bring in Jake Vokins? Will he be in the squad for Saturday? Will he even be starting? It's a big area with Bertrand serving this last, and obviously he's going to be back for Arsenal. But the key area, where do we start? Do we start with 4-3-3? Do we start with 3-4-3, 4-2-2? Can we have players like Armstrong coming in, who had a good performance against Man City, but Prowse scoring against City as well? It's going to be a really tough one to see how we're going to line up with a 5 back. Personally, for me, I think we should actually line up with a 5 back. If we're playing well with it, the momentum such as Benarac, Stevens and Vescott at the back. Personally, I want Stevens to start, but on the 4 at the back, he doesn't really suit. And then do we have Højbjerg at left back? Vokins is more of a wing back, and Valerie is more of a wing back as well. So we've really got to look at the players that we go for. What are they more suited to? Obviously, Højbjerg is not a full back, but when he does play there, is he better at left wing back? It's going to be really tough. But anyway, here's Cameron's insight on all things Everton.
Hey guys, my name is Cameron. I run the Everton fan channel called The Mighty Blues. Dan has kindly asked me to come on to talk a little bit about this weekend's game between Southampton and Everton, obviously at St. Mary's. I have been on the channel before to discuss this fixture earlier on in the year, in January it was, when it was an absolutely shocking defeat for Everton Football Club. So I'm back to talk about it again, obviously the game being on Saturday. So Dan has asked me a series of questions that I'm going to go through and give the answers to hopefully give you a little bit of an insight on an Everton point of view towards the game on Saturday. Obviously, I don't know what Marco Silva exactly is going to do. I don't know how he exactly is going to set up. I'm not really looking forward to it because we've been shocking away from home this season, but nevertheless, I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight and hopefully not give too much away. So the first 2 questions that Dan has asked, they sort of go into each other, so I'll answer them together. Dan has asked what I've made of Everton's season so far, and do I also think that Everton are a genuine relegation threat? So we haven't been good enough this season. Let's put it that way. There's no point in sugarcoating it. There's no point in beating around the bush. We haven't been good enough whatsoever. We need to be a lot better. To be honest with you, our away form is still shocking. It's been shocking for quite some time now. It was shocking, obviously, when we came to St. Mary's in January, and that's why we were beaten. In terms of, like I said, the whole relegation thing, I don't think we'll be relegated. I think we're too good to be relegated, although that might sound a bit silly saying that now. I might come back to bite me on the ass, but I just don't think we're going to be relegated. I think there's teams below us that are a lot worse than us, that over the course of the season, we'll start to see that are more likely to be in that battle. But we definitely are in that battle at the moment. Look, there's no point in me sitting here and saying there's no chance of it, or we're not even in the battle, because we are in the battle. But I think the reality of the situation is we're also a couple of good wins away from being back up there, fighting for the top 5 or 6 as well. So that's just how the league is this season. It's absolutely madness. You can be, 2 or 3 points away from the relegation zone and also be 5 or 6 points away from, the top 6 or 7, and that's just how it is. But in terms of this season, I don't think we've been good enough whatsoever. Obviously, it's Marco Silva's 2nd season. I think he needs to get his act together quickly, if I'm being honest with you. I think if we lose this one on Saturday against yourselves, I don't think he's got much more time left to salvage this before he gets the boot, because I think fans are, more than, sick of the results recently, more than sick of the away performances, and I think the board will only start to get sick of them as well. Dan asks what I've made of Southampton so far this season. So Southampton obviously currently sitting in 18th with 8 points, just 3 points behind Everton, of course, who sit in 17th, so really, really close in the table. I don't think it's been a good enough season for both teams, to be honest with you. Obviously, we're dangerously close together in a dangerous position that I dare say either of us don't want to be in. Well, I know we don't want to be in. And 3 points between the two teams. Obviously, it could change this weekend. You guys could get the win and go above us. In terms of Southampton, obviously, I think you've been a little bit hot and cold at times this season. I think there's been times when you've been absolutely woeful, if I'm being honest with you. But there's also been times when you've showed some promise. Obviously, the massive defeat to Leicester, which I'm not going to go into details on because you know what happened and we know what happened. But then you showed a little bit of promise on the weekend against Manchester City, obviously going 1-0 up at the Etihad. I know you eventually lost that game, but not many teams can go 1-0 up at the Etihad and hold Manchester City for as long as you did. So I definitely think you have shown promise and signs at times this season. I just think it needs to click together. I think you maybe need to give your manager a little bit more time. Obviously, he had a really good period when he first come in, potentially a little bit of a honeymoon period, and now you're starting to see the situations that need to be fixing. But like I said, I think I'd say you probably haven't been good enough, like Everton haven't been good enough, and you need to improve massively, otherwise you're in danger. However, there has been certain sparks where I've thought, there can be a decent side in there. They just need to get it out more consistently. And the last couple of questions Dan asked is, who is the player for you to look out for, and also a score prediction as well. So in my opinion, there's a couple of attacking players that you should probably look out for on Everton's side. Obviously the likes of Richarlison, Alex Iwobi, who's been in good form as well. But for me, I'm going to pick Luca Dean at left back. For me, Luca Dean's the best left back in the Premier League, and I know there'll be people that say you're absolutely stupid, look at the likes of Andy Robertson, etc. But I'm an Evertonian, and I'm never going to sit here and openly say a Liverpool player is the best in the league, especially when we've got such a good competitor in Luca Dean. I think he's absolutely fantastic going forward. He's brilliant pretty much every game. He's creating consistently, he's assisting consistently, and I think he's really, really good defensively as well. He's a real leader, and he's an absolutely fantastic left back. So it'll be easy for me to pick Richarlison, Alex Iwobi, even Gylfi Sigurdsson if he was to play, but I'm going to actually pick Luca Dean. And just an outsider as well, Yerry Mina, because I think Yerry Mina's been fantastic this season defensively as a centre-back. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. And in terms of a score prediction, listen, I'm never confident with Everton away from home at the minute. I was quite confident in the reverse. The fixture last in January when we come together, and obviously we come down to St. Mary's. I travelled all the way down to St. Mary's, and we were absolutely shocking. So when it's Everton away from home, I'm never confident. I'm going to go with an Everton win by 2-1 because I think we really, really need an away win, and I think it's about time that we get our arse into gear in terms of being away from home. However, doesn't mean I'm confident. I'm not confident at all, to be honest with you. But you've obviously got to back your team, haven't you? But we need to sort our away form out, and we need to sort it out fast, and I think this is a decent opportunity for us to do it against yourselves. Anyway, big thanks for Dan for letting me come on the Saints View. Hope you have enjoyed my little bit of an oppositional preview there. Feel free to come and check us out if you want to. It's just the Mighty Blues on YouTube and at Mighty Blues YT on Twitter. Big thanks to Dan once again for letting me come on and share my thoughts. I hope you all have enjoyed. I'd say best of luck for Saturday, but hopefully you don't get any luck and we get the luck and we win the game. Anyway, big thanks for watching. Thanks to Dan for letting me come on, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching there, guys. Obviously, hopefully you got a bit of more of it insight of Everton, how they're doing this season. Obviously 17th in the league, not the best. I'm going to go into my prediction here. I think it's a tough one. It's going to go positive 2-1 Southampton. I actually think we will concede, but then I think Moussa Djenepo and Danny Ings will score the goals for Southampton, so I think they're the biggest threat for us at the moment, as well as Nathan Redmond. And I think for Everton, I think Richarlison will score. He's a good player for them, probably their best player. But please do remember to subscribe. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Just hit that like button, click notifications on. Please do follow our socials in the link down below on Twitter and Instagram. So, yeah.